Two things. One, forgive me if I play badly. I just used lotion on my hands, so my hands might be slippery. That is a weird note to start this video on. Also, there's a fan going in the background, so if you can hear that, I'm sorry. But also, I'm sweating up this house has been so sweaty recently. Sweaty and lotion, that's a fun way to start a Mario Kart Tour episode. Hello peoples of the internet, Eddy here, and welcome to more Mario Kart Tour. I haven't played this game in a bit. It's mainly because, busy. Alright, what should we, let's go with Luigi Circuit first. And we're gonna play as, we'll go as this lovable boy. Oh, by the way, I think we should address the elephant in the room. The two videos that released before this were before this happened. So I'm just gonna, or maybe it's just one video, I'm not actually sure. But an event happened recently that I do want to talk about. So I joined, hold on, I got a Discord notification. Oh my god, it's so funny. I got a Discord notification from the Discord server of the person I was going to talk about. Anyway, so I was on compatriots, or like colleagues, Twitch stream a little bit ago. Or 2 days ago, actually. So, I think. Yeah, okay, it was 2 days ago. And they reached 200 subs, or 200 followers. And I made a deal before they reached we made a deal saying, if they reach 200 followers, not 2,000, god dang, 200 followers on that stream, which they did, they would not only have to play Doki Doki Literature Club, but I would admit, I would make a confession on their live stream and in my community tab. And I did. Hold on. Yeah, but not hold on. What am I like? What am I like? Hold on person? Hold on person. What's a hold on person? Anyway, but yeah, I'll pull up the confession. It's kind of embarrassing, but it's also like so funny, so I don't even feel bad. If you find it kind of weird, good for you. Fair enough. I don't blame you. I wish it was weird to me. I wish I found it weird. But to me, it's like so normal. I'm making this more weird, aren't I? Okay. I'll be quiet. Well, I actually shouldn't be quiet because it's a Let's Play video, you know. You gotta talk. You must speak on a Let's Play video, my mans. What am I doing? But yeah, I do recommend you guys follow them. I'll put the link to their Twitch in the description. As I said, they're awesome. And we're also gonna collab at some point, which we don't know what we're doing yet, but we're gonna do it because she suggested that. Actually, I think they go by she. I'm almost certain they do, because we even had a conversation about this. Or mentioning this, but I don't want to risk it. I'll just call them they for now. As I did earlier. But yeah, looking forward to doing that. I would love to play this game as a collab with them. I'd destroy them because I've mastered this game. Watch, I'm gonna get first place just to prove a point. Right here. Right now. Alright, don't do the bomb yet. I'm gonna lock in. Go! Go, 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 go. Dang it. Yes. Oh, it's Waluigi. Should have known. You know, I considered picking Waluigi for this one, but I thought, no, let's go with my man, Musician Mario, who I actually mentioned in that Twitch stream. I said, like, do you have a character that you love purely for the goofy? And I said, mine's Musician Mario. I didn't win the race, god dang it. And I got hit by a banana peel, fantastic. But yeah, I mentioned Musician Mario on that live stream. Speaking of live streams, actually, I was also in the chat of a live stream that's no longer public. And I'm pretty sure Twitch streams are, like, lose their publicness after a while. So, yeah. I was on Brakevan Films, live stream. Or one of his live streams relatively recently. And they were very chill, very nice to talk to, and it was a pleasant time. I was there for 2 hours when I could have been sleeping, but no, I chose to be on their live stream, which was a heck of a good time. Or his. I've misgendered people a frustrating amount of times. So if I don't know for 100% certainty, or if I don't hear them refer to themselves as a pronoun, and even then I'm iffy, I get nervous as crap. Like, I really don't want to offend anyone. I've misgendered people before, and it makes me sad. And I'm sure it makes them sad more than me, so that makes me even more sad. I mean, to be fair, it's a simple mistake, so don't beat yourself too much over that. But if you do it, like, purposefully, then beat yourself over it all you want. It's a terrible thing to do, purposefully. But if it's just a simple mistake, then it's like... I feel like redeemable, right? But then again, I don't want to speak for people, so I don't know. I feel like it would be, right? Because it's just an accident. Like, no harm was intended. And even then, it's like that, from what I can tell. I don't want to speak for I was about to say wacky pronoun people. But that would have just been so mean. What am I doing this video? I'm going insane. This is what happens when you get high on tag plays. Oh, that was a good one. Let's go with King Boban. But yeah, yeah. Man of the Year test is tomorrow, time of recording this, and maybe releasing this, I'm not quite sure. I'm nervous. I'm really scared, actually. Couldn't be more, maybe. Well, I could be, actually. But... I don't know, it just feels weird. And also, since I'm homeschooled and, like, I don't do as much schoolwork as a public schooler, I'm not actually gonna get a full summer. I'm not gonna get a summer this school year, which I'm honestly not too upset about. In fact, I'm pretty sure I'm the one that suggested that, mainly because I don't want one. Because I don't like feeling unproductive, despite the fact that I usually am. And I want to change that about myself, so... yeah. I don't know where this tone came from, but... sure. Sure. I actually do really like these bonuses. I just wish you could select... because here's the thing with me. I am very... like, particular about my mains, because in this game, you get to, like, pick your top 8 favorites in, like, a selection thing, and if I pick literally anyone outside of that, I feel really bad for some reason, and when you play the bonuses, it doesn't actually, and you select, if you play the bonuses that allow you to select a different character, it doesn't actually count as picking them, and like the main thing. So I wish more bonuses allowed me to play as different characters so I can go as characters outside of my mains every now and again. But, you know, that's just my autism talking. So I was originally going to end the video there, but then I just decided, you know what, let's continue the video. Why not? Let's add more to it. Why am I doing this? I legit couldn't tell you. Just doing it for the mac and cheese. I'm gonna say that. I'm doing it for the mac and cheese. But I do want to talk about a couple things. The main thing being that, so as you guys know, Splinter Reflection, that's been a thing for a little bit. And it's been publicly a thing for less time, but still a decent amount of time. And it's really eaten up a lot of my motivation and thought process and thinking and time that I could be spending making YouTube videos. I forgot to take my morning pills. And it's 11:25. Crap. I'll do that after I finish this track. It would have been kind of funny if it was like 1 p.m. It would have been horrible for me, but it would have been funny for the video's sake. So I've been focusing the majority of my creative effort into Splinter Reflection, and occasionally detouring to work on collabs and things that I'm working on as a voice actor and writer for other things. Which is something that I'm okay with, but, you know, at the same time, you know, okay, I'm gonna talk about this, and I think I've mentioned this a decent amount publicly, but I struggle to just enjoy creating without having to come up with an overcomplicated structure. That's not okay, and I think it's just because I have trouble living in the moment sometimes. But, you know, it's like, I have a deep calling towards making Let's Play videos. It's such a strong passion within me. I have so much fun doing it, but never has it ever overpowered my passion for filmmaking and storytelling. And I think a lot of the time, they fight with each other rather than living cohesively. But something I've realized recently is that they often are symbiotic. You know, I need to just let loose and have fun with Let's Play videos so I can feel structured, so I have the motivation of get structured with filmmaking. And I need to feel fulfilled and feel like I'm actually doing something that'll, like, do something good for people, I can make a film. And that's not to say these videos don't impact people. I know they do. Fun and adventure. Stroll to the Amazing Gamer 111. You guys love Eddy Plays, and I sincerely appreciate that. And I love you guys. But, you know, I often feel like and this is nothing against you guys, the people that like Eddy Plays, because I love Eddy Plays too. It just sometimes feels less impactful than a full-on film or a series or anything like that. So that's my thoughts on that. So I guess I'm taking the Alex Bale approach to a certain extent, where, like, he does the films, but, like, he does films, but on the side does cartoon and just random theory videos. I guess I'm doing a similar thing, except swap very well thought out theories with Let's Plays. And that's actually something that I've been also thinking about, because I get a lot out of Alex Bill's theories, and how just stupid theories that in concept don't make a lick of sense, but in execution are really well thought out. They actually, like, tell a bit of a story. And I'm always like, okay, well, how can I tell a story with Eddy Plays? And I've tried multiple times before. It doesn't work as well if I try to, like, make a narrative out of it, or, like, make lore out of it. What I can do is, like, a Randy Writes a Novel approach, where it's, like, kind of, like, a meta story, as in, like, oh, it's a story about the thing that's happening. Like, it's not, like, lore or anything, it's just me communicating a message, and that's the majority of the story. The majority of the story is just narrating a message to the audience, which I think could work. But it's also like me making fun of dumb things while playing Mario Kart Tour. It absolutely can be meaningful, and it has been. I don't know how consistent I can be with that. I'm sure someone could be consistent with that. I mean, I, Little Eddy Studios, the jerky twerp. I don't know if I can be consistent with it. But yeah. Let's go as... Let's go dry bones. Why not? I haven't gone as him in a bit. Let me see how I like dry bones. Actually, I should probably just take my pills now. Alright. I deeply apologize for my chewing. I hate chewing, so I'm sorry. Imagine I just raise the volume just to be a fizzing jerk. That'd be funny. Do you know what I just realized that I forgot to mention? You know that like thing I mentioned about me feeling guilty about using characters outside of my mains? That's since passed. Since the earlier section of this video. And it's been like 5 days. I have ADHD, can you tell? I don't know where I was going with that before I initially, like, cut myself off to talk about the characters. Oh, also, you might be wondering, as I mentioned earlier, like, oh, I'd want to tell a story with Eddy Plays. Well, you might be saying, well, why do you have to tell a story with Eddy Plays? You can tell your stories much more clear-cutly, or, like, in a much more suitable format in a film or a series. Well, the thing is that I absolutely love abstract narratives. And what I mean by that, I don't know if it's, like, an actual term for something, but, like, a story that is told in a medium that you wouldn't expect a story to be told, much less taken seriously. Like Randy Writes a Novel, or Rincycle 2's Caillou YouTube poops, and the Marks and Rhubarb YouTube poops. Our Poops YouTube poops, so those are killer. And obviously, Our Poops YouTube poops aren't really meant to be taken seriously, and to an extent, neither is Rincycle's. Randy Writes a Novel, to an extent, I think should be taken seriously. Like, the overall narrative being told with that comedy special is very, like, real and very genuine, unlike his current stuff. Because his current stuff, I hate Feltopia. I hate it so much. It's so disjointed. It doesn't tell a story like Randy Writes a Novel or Purple Privilege. And I gave Smug Druggles a pass for not telling a story because it's significantly shorter. Feltopia's like an hour and 13 minutes. Smug Druggles is 41, I think. I don't. It's crap. Feltopia's garbage. I might someday go into more detail as to why I think it's garbage, but those are just my brief thoughts on why I hate Feltopia. But yes, like, I love stories told in a format where stories were not meant to be told. That's just a blast. It's also, like, really funny, because, like, it's also just really funny how much effort gets put into a format that because here's the thing, YouTube poops require a good amount of effort to, like, be funny. And I'd even argue to be made, period. But, like, actually, like, telling a full-on coherent story with them is not only just an accomplishment, if the story is engaging, that's a fizzing, like, masterclass in editing. Yeah, I've actually been working on a YouTube poop of my own recently, and I used to do a decent amount in the past. But, like, this one's, like, genuinely good. It's funny. It's, like, actually, like, qualifies for YouTube. Well, the other ones, some of my older ones barely counted. Some of them counted, but they weren't that funny. This one counts and is funny. Like, this is genuinely, like, a good YouTube poop. It's nowhere near, like, CS188 level, let alone Hour of Poop or Rinse Cycle 2 level. It's still a solid YouTube poop. That I think, if you guys like YouTube poops, you might get a kick out of it. I don't like when people, like, say, like, oh, if you do this, then you're sure to enjoy it. Because you don't know me, so you wouldn't know if I enjoy it. So I'm not gonna say that, because it makes me mad. Maybe that's just because I'm a pretentious jerk, but... Non-stop combo. Oh, cool. I don't know if I've ever gotten that, actually. But yeah, I do really... I like making Let's Plays a lot. And I hope you guys know that. But... Like, okay. Let me put this in perspective a little bit. It doesn't matter what I'd be making right now. I'd still debate whether it was a good idea. It doesn't matter if I was making Let's Plays, films, YouTube poops, video essays, or, like, time lapses of recreating the Mona Lisa. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna question it because I have ADHD, and that's what I do. And I'm sorry that you guys get caught up in it a lot, where I make promises that I can't keep sometimes. But, you know, but the next promise, Splendid Reflection, that's a guarantee. I swear on my life, it's gonna happen, and it's gonna be good. I will not settle for anything below an 8 out of 10. I won't settle for that. And I'm hoping for a 9. I'm reaching for a 9, if not a 10. If I can't get to 10, I'll be content. If I can't get to 8, that's not acceptable. I will not release it if it's under an 8. In fact, I'll hardly release it if it's under a 9, let's be honest. But yeah, as I was saying, I love doing Let's Plays and making content like this. And I think I need to. At least right now. At this point in my life, I think I need to ground myself. Because here's the thing, whenever I make a Let's Play video, I have a blast. I really do. At least during the recording, I have fun. Because actually, let me tell you something. There's a ton of Eddy Plays videos that never get released. That I think are garbage and I don't post. But a lot of them I still enjoyed recording. you know? Or perhaps they were good videos that I canceled due to any other factors, like it being hard to edit or something like that. Or not even that. That's not something that actually happens that often. Has that happened at all? I don't think so. That was a bad example. Just for a number of factors, like me talking about something that I'm like, oh, I shouldn't publicly talk about that yet, or something like that. But they still have the same effect on me personally. But yeah, that's my kind of brief spiel. Hope you enjoyed that. Or not brief. It's been like the whole goddamn video. What am I talking about brief? I'm gonna hate this combination. I know it. This combination is gonna look so ugly. Yeah. Like this Lakitus with this thing, or this car, this vehicle, looks disgusting. Maybe it's because I'm pretentious and love Mario Kart Tour, but like the colors need to match, and they don't. Not even, like, they need to like go together, the colors, and these do not. Oh, here's a topic. So, speaking of that YouTube... Oh, another Lakitus. Let's go. Speaking of that YouTube poop, I was talking about that I was editing. I am not looking forward to having to edit the description where I have to credit all the footage that I got. I'm not looking forward to that at all whatsoever, because that's going to be the most painful experience in the history of experiences. Well, that's not true. There are like... There's like the Holocaust. No, I'm not saying that. I am not saying that. For those who got what I'm saying, I just wanted to say, but didn't. Congrats. Or actually, no, maybe you poor unfortunate soul. That too. Yeah, I've recently been taking a lot of inspiration from Markiplier, because he's also a filmmaker that does Let's Play videos. Now, I like to view him as more of a filmmaker that does Let's Play videos on the side now. Because that's what I am, and I like projecting. That took a turn. But yeah, also just filmmaker, like, Let's Player and filmmaker on the side. Like, that's kind of cool. Like, if you want to say, like, oh, I personally do more with the less respected medium. Not less respected, even. Just less publicly appreciated medium, and I stand for that more than filmmaker. That's awesome. That's genuinely incredible. And if you want to do that, that's great. And in fact, I have considered that myself as well. But I've just realized filmmaker just works better with me. But I think, like, filmmaker, like, if you're gonna do a portfolio, I personally would put filmmaker before Let's Player. If Markiplier wouldn't, and would go Let's Player first, go off, but I don't know. I just personally put filmmaker first. I don't know what's going on no more. I don't know what's going on right now. I don't know what the heck is going on. That's an Alex Bale short film. I mentioned him earlier. He's a very talented filmmaker, and what the heck is going on was an amazing short film. What you doing, oh mama? What the heck was that? 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 That? What the heck was, 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 what the heck was. I watched Freedom Writer recently, or Freedom Writers recently. That was a good film. Fantastic film, actually, like, one of the best I've seen. It's such an amazing film, Freedom Writers. I say Freedom Writers, but Freedom Writers is genuinely a masterpiece. And I think you should all watch it. It's on Paramount Plus. Go. It's amazing. It's one of the greatest films I have seen. And it's actually my friend Solaris, I'll put his channel in the description, one of his favorite films. It's his favorite film, actually. It's one of mine. It's his favorite. You know, I've done a handful of hypocritical things in my time. End of sentence. What was that voice crack? So this game is a game that I absolutely adore with all my heart and soul. But objectively, it's like a 6. It's like a 6 out of 10, I'd say. Maybe a 7. Highest is 7. But I love it so much. It's entirely bias, but I do really love this game. And I would never defend it as the best Mario Kart game, but I would say it is my favorite Mario game ever. But, like, I know it's just decent. And I actually asked my friend Solaris that I mentioned earlier in this video what he thought of it. And he was like, it's decent. And I was like, I love it. And he was like, wow. 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 Stay on the fit side, life gamers. Wow.